What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. Sorry for the technical difficulties of the last video I did. Wasn't no volume, no sound on that video. And here's the remix. Alexander Povetkin versus Dillian Whyte 2 is now set to take place November 21st in the UK. Eddie Hearn, the promoter of Dillian Whyte, is looking to stage a fight in Albert Royal Hall or Wembley Arena. The fight will be going down on Sky Sports pay-per-view and more than likely the zone statewide. 3 months ago, Dillian Whyte was put to sleep without the NyQuil by Alexander Povetkin. Was dominating the fight, knocked down Povetkin twice in the 4th round, and in the 5th round had complete control of the fight before he got caught slipping and got concussed and knocked out by a brutal uppercut by the Russian that put him to sleep. And the referee quickly waved the fight off as he stood there motionless, laid out on the canvas, chalk outline on the canvas, and it was all she wrote as far as that first fight went. Now the rematch is slated to take place, and Alexander Povetkin is looking to replicate the same outcome and defeat Dillian Whyte once again. And Dillian Whyte is trying to rectify the first fight and get revenge and beat Alexander Povetkin and get another step closer to fighting for a world title. It's going to be an interesting matchup, an interesting rematch, because the first fight had a lot of different ebbs and flows to it, and it was a really unique heavyweight title matchup. As in my opinion, a lot of people said, well, shoot, man, Dillian Whyte dominated from opening bell to when he got caught slipping and got knocked out. I didn't see that fight quite the same way that everybody else saw it. I actually thought Povetkin won the first round, and even though Dillian Whyte was winning the fight, Alexander Povetkin was doing some things. He was laying some traps for Dillian Whyte, and it came to fruition in round 5 when he caught him with that uppercut. What people don't fail to realize is the knockout came because Dillian Whyte was anticipating body shots by Alexander Povetkin. So he dropped his guard down and left a little bit of gap in between his right hand and his left hand. Povetkin saw that, ducked a little bit, and came up under with the uppercut right between the two right hands and left hands and caught Dillian Whyte flush up under the chin, and he went to sleep without the NyQuil. That's what took place. He was setting that punch up throughout that fight. What people don't really know about boxing, are not purists and don't understand the sweet science of boxing, didn't see that. They were thinking like, oh, Dillian Whyte is knocked him down twice and he's landing more punches than Povetkin. He's dominating the fight, but that wasn't the case. Like I said, Povetkin won the first round, and even when Dillian Whyte was winning rounds 2 through 4, Povetkin was getting a lot of good things done in that fight. He got rocked a couple of times. Even that second knockdown really wasn't no knockdown where he was really hurt that much. I thought one of the 2 knockdowns he was hurt pretty significantly, but the other knockdown, I thought he was not really that knockdown. I thought it was more like a flash knockdown. But Dillian Whyte's got to come into this rematch, and he's got to understand what kind of game plan does he want to implement. Now, he changed trainers before this first fight, and what I saw and what I noticed different than Dillian Whyte was he was more offensive minded. You know, when he fought Chisora in the rematch, he pretty much let Chisora bring the fight to him, and he basically countered what Dillian Whyte was able to do. He fought a very relaxed and controlled fight. Even though I thought Chisora was beating him, he was outworking him. Dillian Whyte fought a very smart fight because he rocked Chisora early in that fight, and even though Chisora was outworking him, Dillian Whyte was landing the hardest shots, and he was able to, with the help of the referee, not wanting him from leaning on Chisora's head, and Chisora hit him with a punch and got a point taken. Chisora then tried to go for the knockout and left himself open, and Chisora ended up knocking him out. I thought Chisora fought a very controlled, relaxed, James Toney style of fight. He ain't James Toney, don't get me wrong, but he fought that style of fight. Very relaxed. You know, he almost let Chisora do the work, and he just countered off the work that Chisora did, and was able to punch with Chisora and actually end up getting Chisora out of there. This fight here against Povetkin, man, he came out much more offensive minded as he fought Chisora in the rematch on the back foot. He was basically meeting Povetkin in the middle of the ring like 2 bulls squaring off, 2 rams squaring off, and he went blow for blow with Povetkin, and he did some good work. But the problem was, I think early in the fight, before the knockout in the 5th round, Povetkin hit it with a couple of body shots that actually got Dillian Whyte's attention. You know, I wouldn't say he was hurt bad, but it's got his attention. It might have hurt him to a extent that he had to worry about that, and that ended up costing him in that 5th round when he was anticipating another body punches, and he brought his guards down and left his guard separated a little bit too much, the right hand and the left hand, and Povetkin again was able to come up underneath and come in between the guard that was separated and catch him with a uppercut, a beautiful uppercut at that, right up under the jaw to pretty much sleep Dillian Whyte. And in his quest to become the mandatory contender for February 2021, now he's got to get back in line, defeat Povetkin, and hopefully, if everything goes well, get a shot at the WBC title late 2021. We'll see what happens, and we will see what transpires. I think if I'm Dillian Whyte's team, I tell him to come out there and use his attributes. He's got the longer reach. Use your jab, make up a Povetkin reset, go to the body. He's got a beautiful left uppercut, beautiful left hand to the body. My bad, not uppercut. He's got a beautiful hook to the body. He needs to keep working the body, jab him, then set up the right hand, and I think he could keep the fight at a distance and control Povetkin. You know, fight in spurts. Fight when you want to fight. Don't fight when Povetkin wants you to fight. And basically use the jab and cruise to a comfortable unanimous decision. Because I believe if the fight goes 12 rounds, I think with Dillian Whyte's work rate, I find it almost impossible for Povetkin to win a decision. His best way to win is like he won in the first fight. To set a trap for Dillian Whyte, use Dillian Whyte's inexperience against him and catch him with a shot that Dillian Whyte's not ready for, and to knock him out. Because we all know that Dillian Whyte has a glass jaw. It's not a chandelier glass jaw like his patriot from the UK, David Price. But nevertheless, he has a glass jaw. You know, just like Anthony Joshua. When he gets tapped on that chin, he'll crumble like a house of cards too. So he's got that same problem. He's chinny, as they used to say. He's chinny. He's very chinny. And he's got to be understand that Povetkin is a good, strong puncher. And if he catches you slipping, he can put him to sleep once again. So I think that's what he got to do. He's got to use that jab and work everything off the jab. That's got to be the game plan for Dillian Whyte. As far as Povetkin goes, you know Dillian Whyte's going to do his homework and not get caught with that same uppercut again. But what Povetkin's got to do is work with that left hand, work with the left hooks up top and left hooks to the body, and catch him worrying about the uppercut and set something up off him, concentrating on your uppercut. And the uppercut, where you caught him with that right uppercut up under the jaw, set up something with the left hand, either the left hook to the body that can hurt him real bad. And because you was doing some good body work that didn't get talked about in that first fight, keep doing that same body work, get him to drop his guard down, and then set him up with a left hand shot to the head, and you can have the same results you had in the first fight, and that's a knockout victory for the Russian Alexander Povetkin. Let me know what you think in the comment section about Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin 2. Who will come out on top? I like Dillian Whyte by decision. I think he's going to fight a much more cautious and a much more smarter fight. I don't think he's going to be as aggressive as he was in the first fight, and I think with his reach advantage, he should be able to keep Povetkin at bay, even though I think he's going to have some rocky moments, because Povetkin is a very good combination puncher. He's got power in both hands, and he's a guy that's a very experienced fighter. He's been around the block for a long time, and has been in a lot of big-time fights with a lot of top-level opposition. And he has a big experience advantage over Dillian Whyte. And he'll be looking to set him up once again, set him up for the downfall, just like he set him up for the downfall in the first fight. And Dillian Whyte's got to be wary of that and fight a smarter fight. And like I said, base everything and do everything off the jab. Make him reset. If he does that, I look for him to get the decision, the unanimous decision, and become once again the WBC #1 ranked contender, and possibly the mandatory for the WBC title. Let me know what you think in the comment section. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.